It's 10 o'clock Central African time. You're watching The Agenda on the SABC News Channel, independent and impartial. We're coming to you live from our studios in Johannesburg. Hello, I'm Peter Ndora. Thanks for joining us. Well, traffic volumes have been picking up as motorists are beginning to make their way back home after the year-end holiday period. Let's cross now to our reporter Siphephile Kunene, who's in Mpumalanga, for an update on the traffic situation in that part of the country. A very good morning to you. Has traffic started picking up where you are?
Yes, traffic have started picking up where we are. We are coming to you from the N4 Nkomazi Toll Plaza, where we are seeing cars trickling into the toll gate, which are being fed by the Mozambican side. More cars are expected to be coming from the east towards the country as holidays end. These toll gates feed the likes of Machado Dab Toll Plaza as well as Middleburg. More cars are expected to be on the road from this morning until this afternoon. But for more information on this, we'll be talking to the Department of Community Safety, Security and Liaison General Manager for Transport, John. He will be telling us exactly what to expect. But John, can you just give us an overview of what to expect today on our roads?
Yeah, from the pattern of traffic volume that we had for the last 5 years, during this time it looks stable, but as time goes on, around 14 hours, we are expecting the traffic volume to increase. But it was very fortunate for this year because the holiday was during the week. You will recall that the 1st of January was on Tuesday, so some companies wanted their workers back at work as from the 2nd, and also the schools are opening next week. So people are not coming in one day in large numbers, but today is the last day that whether you go back to prepare for school or you go back to work, this is the last day. So we are expecting a high volume later around 2 o'clock, but I don't think it will be higher as we used to have in the previous year, just because of the holiday being in the middle of the week.
Okay, earlier on when we went on air, we were told that the volumes will pick up, but you have ways and means in which you will maintain them on the road. What are those ways in which you will manage it?
I'm sure you have seen, as you were driving from Komati Port, this side, we don't want to say exactly how many traffic officers that we have seen, but you have seen them on the road. We are encouraging speed control early now so that people they don't speed, but later we will have to increase our visibility where we are monitoring the traffic flow and make sure that people obey the laws of the road. So that's what we are going to be doing the whole day today.
We've seen increase in the number of crashes that took place in the province. Track N4 has just told us that between yesterday and today in the Highveld, there's been 74 crashes and 9 fatalities. What could be the cause, according to your understanding as a department?
Yeah, you see the causes, they change. Sometimes there is what we call a long distance problem. A long distance problem is when people are coming from work to home. Like, for instance, when the festive season was starting, there were a lot of people going home. They were not patient. They were driving at a high speed. They were drinking and driving. And there is this one that we call short distance, where people will be partying from one location to another. So the ones for yesterday, like Saturdays, it's exactly those ones where people are partying, drinking and driving later. But today, we don't expect people to be driving under the influence of alcohol. The only fear that we had is that they might get tired. So that's why we are encouraging them to rest after every 200 kilometers or after 2 hours driving.
What are you looking for when you stop them and these roadblocks? Earlier we were told that there's going to be even home affairs among those who will be stopping people at the roadblocks. Just briefly tell us what to expect when you get to the roadblock.
Yeah, you have seen some of the deployment that we have passed. It's a combination of traffic and the police. The traffic will be focusing more on the roadworthiness of vehicles. It means fitness. We check whether the person who's driving the vehicle is fit to drive the vehicle, both in terms of licensing and in terms of soberness and not being under the influence of alcohol or drug. And also we look at whether they are not overloaded and so forth. But the police, they also look at illegal immigrants and any other illegal substance that might be carried there. It's a combination of our operations. We look on all those things.
Let's look at the illicit goods. When we started the festive, there was such a huge number of traffic on the road. And when that happened, some people managed to make it through with illicit good. How much of that did you experience? And are you expecting anything like that on their way back?
Yes, we don't take things for granted. We know that they know during this busy time there are a lot of traffic vehicles on the road, and as you could see, even if we have a roadblock, it's very difficult to stop every vehicle. You selectively stop. Some of those vehicles cannot be stopped. So criminals use that opportunity to say we might be lucky, we might not be stopped, but we are trying by all possible means to make sure that we deal with every vehicle that is suspicious coming across us on the road.
Now talk to drivers on the road, what they should do, their expected behavior, and those who are traveling long distances.
Yeah, we request all drivers, even the passengers, to also take part in our road safety campaign. The passengers should not allow drivers to drive recklessly and speeding on the road without warning that person that is going to kill them. We are asking all drivers to obey the road, the rules of the road, and make sure that our people are safe. They must transport them to their destination without injuring them or killing them, because those people are relying on them and they have trust. But also they must rest every 2 hours drive or 200 kilometers, rest and respect the rules of the road.
The increase in fatalities over the festive, can you just highlight on that, how many people we lost, and you attribute that to what as compared to last year? How have we done?
Yeah, I know that the minister is still going to release the stats. I cannot go straight to the stats now, but I can indicate to you that we have an increase of 8 fatalities compared to the last year. So we are 8 more when we compare last year, but the numbers and details will be dealt with by the minister.
Thank you, John Kuna. That was the General Manager of Transport at the Department of Community Safety, Security and Liaison. Back to you, studio.
Siphephile, thanks very much indeed.